Welcome back, everybody. The town of Hamburg, South Carolina was filled with promise, potential, and people until the flood of 1929.
And believe it or not, it was repopulated until an incident at a parade ignited an argument. A look at the Hamburg Massacre in this Black History Month special report.
Hamburg, South Carolina, a thriving town that was once located near the present-day 5th Street Bridge. It was founded by German immigrant Henry Schultz in 1821. He wanted to compete with Augusta for the Savannah River trade.
And this town just kind of sprung up overnight. I mean, they had hotels, they had businesses, they had a couple of newspapers, probably 2,500 people lived there.
Milledge Murray is the president of the North Augusta Heritage Council. We met at the Arts Heritage Center, which is open to the public. He shared how his grandfather had a business in Hamburg, and he also shared the highs and lows of the community during the 1800s.
Hamburg had times when it flourished, but with the advent of the railroads, Hamburg's economy dropped very, very badly.
In 1864, the Emancipation Proclamation was signed, and many freed slaves made Hamburg their home, and they flourished. By July 4th, 1876, things would take a turn for the worse as the town celebrated Independence Day with a parade.
A couple of white guys wanted to cross through the parade, and it just caused a ruckus of some sort.
In 2016, a marker and a gravestone marker were dedicated at the corner of Barton and Boylan to remember the black men who were killed during the Hamburg incident.
On the marker, we have the names of all 8 of the people who lost their lives.
In North Augusta, where Georgia Avenue and Carolina Avenue split, there stands the Meriwether Monument, dedicated in 1916. It recognizes the only white man killed during that same incident. By 1888, another major flood hit Hamburg. The town sat right on the banks of the Savannah River without protection. Homes and businesses were wiped out. By 2017, there are very few remnants that show the town of Hamburg even existed. However, those who understand the significance of history are working to preserve it and share it.
The monuments and the markers are free for the public to view. The North Augusta Arts and Heritage Center, they have a complete historical footprint of the Hamburg incident and other notable historic events.
Mighty nice story there, Kim. A lot of history.